Today we are taking a trip in this bus right here to go and explore the Eagle's Nest on the mountain overlooking Berchtesgaden. Welcome to kind of part two of my We Happy Few 506 diary video. The first one has been all about the kind of main sort of areas around Berchtesgaden, the tour that we've done. This is part two, where we're going to be exploring the Eagle's Nest. We're about to get on the bus and head up there now. Let's go. So we've just arrived in like the parking area here for the Eagle's Nest. And when I say parking area, it's like where the bus drops you off. You can't drive up to here. The Eagle's Nest is actually up there behind me, and the bus drops you just here. There is the kind of famous tunnel that goes through to it, just through here. We're going to go in a second, but first of all, let's just stop and take a look at this view. It's incredible. Below us you can see all of the Berchtesgaden area where we've been touring around earlier. It is just crazy. The view from here is insane. You can't quite see all the way to Salzburg, but you can see in that direction, long way from here. So this is the tunnel that leads down towards the elevator. It's the original tunnel that was used at the time, and down at the end is the original elevator. This goes all the way into the rock face, and then the elevator goes another, I believe it was 400 feet up. So we've just arrived into the Eagle's Nest, into the main room, and one of the first scenes that we see in that episode of Band of Brothers is the guys kind of bursting through the doors into kind of the main room, or one of the main rooms of the Eagle's Nest. Well, that was this room I'm stood in right now. That's what it was depicting. The doors are right there behind me, and they burst into this room here. They started to look around, and Spears went across and found the dead German officer. Well, in that episode, he was kind of stood roughly where I am now, and he went over to the far side, and that was depicted in that episode. And it was this room right here, where Spears and the other guys entered through the doors into the main room here. So one of the main kind of features in this main room is this fireplace, and it's really interesting. It's a marble fireplace, but you see it is taken to bits. It is all chipped up and scraped up, and that's because so many of the guys who came in and liberated this room took souvenirs from it and chipped it apart. Now, Tom, our tour guide, was just telling us a lot of people will say that this was gifted to Hitler by Mussolini, but actually he believes that there is very little evidence to suggest that is true. But nonetheless, this is the main marble fireplace in one of the three main rooms here at the Eagle's Nest. Okay, so the main room that we were in was just up there, and then you come down here into this kind of next room here. Now, at the time there would have been like some nice furniture here, like a little table and sofa and stuff. And this then leads through to the sun terrace, where we're going to go next. Worth noting whilst we're up here, there weren't any bedrooms or anything at the Eagle's Nest, right? As we talked about in previous videos, Hitler didn't live here. He lived down in the Berghof, so this was more like relaxation rooms and stuff like that. There weren't bedrooms or overnight accommodation in the Eagle's Nest. So we're just walking down into the sun terrace now. This is quite a famous place. There's some photos taken here, but look, the biggest piece here is the view. Look at the view off this sun terrace. It is just incredible. Now there is glass on here now. This wouldn't have been there at the time. This just would have been an open sun terrace. It comes through from kind of the side room right here, but this is an incredible area. You can imagine what this would have looked like back then. They have loads of like information plaques all along the side here, telling you some history and also like kind of how some of this was built and some of the roadworks and stuff that went on here. Really interesting. Okay, so we've just come out the back now, and you get some awesome views from out here. This isn't the furthest part. You can go further up, where we're going to go in just a minute and see what kind of views we get. But when you come out here, you just, I mean, it is insane. Down over there, looks back over the Berchtesgaden area where we've been earlier on the tour, and this is the Eagle's Nest. Wow. So when you come up to the back here, you can really kind of see the view across the Eagle's Nest out here on the peak, looking down over the Berchtesgaden Valley below us, the Obersalzberg area where the Berghof was that we saw earlier, several other places. Some insane views up here. So there we go, there is our explanation around the Eagle's Nest. I hope you found it interesting, I hope you enjoyed it. Nothing can compare with being here and seeing this, but hopefully by showing you I've kind of shared something and you can see the experience, and hopefully you'll be able to come here yourself at some point if you haven't previously. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, do me a favor, hit the like button, think about subscribing, check me out on Patreon if you would like to support the channel. I'm going to see you guys on the next one.